Hello viewers. Today we are going to learn about the back muscles but in a different way. Back muscles 4 पन्ने की एक book है having 4 pages. Back muscles are arranged in 4 layers. पहले पन्ने पे बताया गया है किसी को लात कैसे मारना है. How to kick. First layer of back muscles are la for latissimus dorsi and tau for trapezius muscle. दूसरे पन्ने पर बताया गया है कि लड़ाई कैसे करना है. LRR लड़ाई आखिर किससे? सास से और सहेली से. So LRR, that is levator scapulae, rhomboides minor and rhomboides major. सास से, that is serratus posterior superior, and सहेली से, that is serratus posterior inferior. Now third page discloses the secret. एक घुसा साध के कैसे मारना है. How to punch. एक घुसा erector spinae, साध कर, that is splenius. फोर्थ पेज चौथे पन्ने पर बताया गया है इस खुद मत जाना है. इस IISS मर जाना. MR II, that is interspinalis and intertransversalis. SS is suboccipitalis and semispinalis. Mer, that is multifidus and rotators. First 3 layer constitutes extrinsic variety because at one end they are attached to pectoral girdle, that is maybe humerus, clavicle and scapula, or ribs, supplied by ventral rami of spinal nerve, whereas the fourth layer is the intrinsic one and it is restricted to vertebral column and supplied by dorsal rami of spinal nerve. Now come to origin and insertion, axon nerve supply, clinical significance of each. First come to latissimus dorsi. It takes origin like letter L. This is L and here is one L and this is mirror image of L. Like this it takes its origin. Outer lip of posterior part of iliac crest, then a spinous process of L1 to L5, spinous process of T6 to T12, posterior lamina of thoracolumbar fossa, lower 3 to 4 ribs, inferior angle of scapula. Okay, and going to insert over a small area, that is the floor of the bicipital groove of humerus. Nerve supply we all know, nerve to latissimus dorsi, which is the branch of the posterior cord of brachial plexus. Axon, यहाँ पे लात मारने की बात हुई है. जो मेट काम छोड़ देती है उसको भी मन करता है ऐड कर ले लात मारने के लिए. एक्स मेड ऐड कर ले. एक्स that is extension, med is medial rotation, add is adduction. Clinical significance of latissimus dorsi. Latissimus dorsi myocutaneous flap is used for breast reconstruction surgery after mastectomy following the breast cancer, and that is known as Mannu flap. Second one is the latissimus dorsi myocutaneous flap used for the reconstruction of hypoplastic pectoralis major muscle in Poland syndrome patient. And this muscle is wrapped around heart and its contraction made synchronous with the ventricular systole to support the weakened heart, which is unsuitable for cardiac transplantation, having low cardiac output. That type of hurt is supported by the latissimus dorsi muscle. Now coming to trapezius muscle. First layer muscle, lat. Its origin is, itself says like letter T. This one is the horizontal limb and this one is the vertical limb. So it takes its origin from the medial 1/3 of the superior nuchal line, external occipital protuberance, ligamentum nuchae, spinous process of C7, spinous process of T1 to T12, and going to insert over the posterior border of lateral 1/3 of clavicle plus medial border of acromion process and upper lip of crest of spine of scapula. Nerve supply is by the spinal accessory nerve, that is motor, and the ventral rami of C3 and C4 that receives proprioceptive sensation. Action is the shrugging of shoulder. Clinical significance, trapezius pain. It is commonly felt due to its overuse by lifting heavy object, swimming in stress, and by hunching over a desk for a long time. Now coming to LUR, that is levator scapular rhomboides minor, rhomboides major. LUR को आपस में नहीं लड़ना है. So origin is from the separate area. It starts from C1. So 4 space is given to L, that is levator scapulae. R1 rhomboides minor is 2 separate, as it is minor, so 2 separate spaces given, and rhomboides major again 4 separate space. So C1 to C4 all are attached to the spinous process. C1 to C4 spinous process from here to here, and then come very prominent, that is the vertebra prominence C7 and T1 spinous process, 2 area, and then 4 separate area, that is after T1 it is T2 to T6 spinous process. लर को आपस में नहीं लड़ना है, so separate areas are for them. Now they are all going to insert over the medial border of a scapula, but levator scapulae is on the superior angle up to the root of spine, the initiation of root of spine. Then rhomboides minor at the root of spine of scapula, and rhomboides major root to the inferior angle of scapula. Minor is always protected by major. Nerve supply is by the dorsal scapular nerve. Action. Levator scapulae itself says, I am elevating scapula. So levator scapulae. And R for rhomboides and R for retraction. So retraction of scapula. Clinical significance. Levator scapulae, rhomboides major and minor muscle are used to recreate trapezius in patient of winging scapula due to trapezius palsy. Now you people are thinking of that winging scapula is due to the serratus anterior, paralysis of serratus anterior muscle, but that is medial winging of a scapula. There are 2 types of winging of a scapula, lateral winging and the medial winging. Medial winging is due to the paralysis of serratus anterior muscle, whereas the lateral winging is due to the paralysis of trapezius muscle. In medial, the involvement of long thoracic nerve, whereas in case of lateral winging, there is involvement of spinal accessory nerve. So in that case, trapezius palsy, the trapezius muscle is recreated by these 3: levator scapulae, rhomboides minor and major. Levator scapulae forms the base of the posterior triangle here. On the anterolateral aspect of neck is divided into triangles, anterior triangle and the posterior triangle. Angle in between the trapezius and the levator scapulae. Here is the trapezius and the levator scapulae. So this one is the angle of levator scapula and the trapezius, and in the posterior triangle, it is the accurate site of inserting needle for the brachial plexus and cervical plexus block by surgeons. Third one is the rhomboidus major. It forms the floor of triangle of auscultation. TOA, triangle of auscultation. Now, where is triangle of auscultation? Thalasso. So, thalas ही खुद thalas है. That is, the superomedial border is formed by the inferior border of trapezius. Inferior border is formed by the superior border of the latissimus dorsi, and the lateral border is formed by the medial border of the scapula. This area, this triangular area is the triangle of auscultation. And what is the clinical significance? It itself says TOA, that is the various thoracic procedures. The surgeon perform various thoracic procedures through this area because it is a thinned out area. There is less muscles here. We can see that the trapezius and latissimus dorsi, and here it is non-overlapping area, so there is less thickness. Second is O, that it diagnoses oesophageal tumor by hearing. We can diagnose oesophageal tumor by hearing fluid splashing sound, as cardiac end of the stomach is close to this area. And A is for the auscultatory site. It is the best auscultatory site for listening the respiratory and the cardiac sound, because it is closer to the wall, thoracic wall. Now, लर के बाद क्या करना है? लड़ना है किससे? सांस से लड़ना है. तो सेरेटस पोस्टीरियर सुपीरियर 73 ईयर की सांस 25 ईयर की बहू से लड़ रही है. सो ऑरिजिन 73, C7 and T3. Spinous process, 25 ईयर की बहू going to the rib, second to fifth rib, and according to the rib, nerve supply is there, to second to fifth intercostal nerve. Okay, and serratus posterior superior, here it lies. So it is elevating ribs, okay, and help in respiration. Elevate ribs. लड़ना है सहेली से. सहेली is serratus posterior inferior, here it lies. So how to memorize? मन तो करता है ना, एक एक को तल दे. सहेली, but it's a mnemonic only. So origin is एक एक को तल. एक एक को, तो ये एक एक को नहीं है, एक एक दो है. So T11 to L2 spinous process. It takes its origin from here, and inserting T11 to L2, and here is T and L. So tal, and एक एक को, तो एक एक दो, and tal, that is T11 and L2. Okay, and insertion very much similar, 1 1 2 and 9 1 2. One is very much similar to 9, so 9 to 12th rib, and nerve supplies according to the rib, that is the 9 to the 12 intercostal nerves. And action, it depresses rib. Okay. Now clinical significance of the serratus posterior superior. It is mainly involved in the scapulocostal syndrome. It occurs due to the disproportionate use of holding mobile in between the ear and shoulder. Like this lady holding mobile, holding phone in between the ear and shoulder, and this disproportionate use lead to the scapulocostal syndrome and mainly involves serratus posterior superior. Pain typically referred to the little finger, and it is often misdiagnosed as the cervical radiculopathy. Okay. Now another one is the serratus posterior inferior. It is also involved in the chronic pain syndrome, but it is characteristically not referred. Here we are saying that the serratus posterior superior as pain is referring to the little finger, but it doesn't present with the referred pain. Now third page of the book, a back muscle, एक घुसा साध के. एक घुसा is erector spinae. Erect means straight, stand straight. So what erector spinae says? I love standing. So from lateral to medial in red color, from lateral to medial, it is iliocostalis, longissimus and spinalis. Origin of iliocostalis, it itself says, I am from ilium of the hip bone to the rib. So origin from the ilium of hip bone to the rib angle. Okay. Ilium of hip bone plus adjoining part of the sacrum. Okay. And also the angle of rib below to the angle of rib above. Like this they are going. Longissimus, origin from the transverse process. And inserting over the, again, transverse process. Spinalis, origin from the tip of the spinous process of vertebra below and going to the tip of a spinous process, vertebra above. Obviously, they are going lateral to medial. So, first come angle of rib, then transverse process and then a spinous process. So, they are taking origin from the iliocostalis, so ilium of hip bone, as well as the angle of rib below to the angle of rib above. This is transverse process of rib below, transverse process of vertebra below to the transverse process of vertebra above. And this one is from tip of the spinous process of vertebra below to the tip of the spinous process of vertebra above. Okay. Above 3, that is the iliocostalis, longissimus and the spinalis. Above 3 are cathil in nature. That is CTL, cathil. All are named according to its vision. That is the in neck vision. They are iliocostalis cervicis, thoracic, iliocostalis thoracis, and in the lumbar region, lumborum. Likewise, longissimus cervicis, longissimus thoracis, and longissimus lumborum. All are named according to its reason. Action, when it contract only one side, that is unilateral, then it will lead to lateral flexion. And if bilateral, both sides contract, that will result into the extension of the vertebral column. Okay, as these are the back muscles, so it will lead to obviously extension. Clinical significance, myofascial back pain surprisingly refer to ventral aspect of the cervical, thoracic and lumbar region. Myofascial, that is the muscle and as well as in the fascia, the back pain of this, the muscles and the fascia of this muscle, that is the erector spinae, the back pain will refer to the ventral aspect. So it's a challenge, great challenge for the clinician, that where from this pain is coming, but it is ruled out by relieving, injecting analgesic on the trigger point. Now trigger point, what is trigger point? Trigger point is the nodular area, is the irritable area on the over the muscle. Some muscle fibrils get thickened and irritated and it shows tenderness. So at that site, if we inject analgesic, the pain will pain disappear. In this way, the clinician rule out this myofascial back pain of the erector spinae. Now, sadhke. In the third page, there is also a ghusa sadhke, that is splenius. splenius capitis and the splenius cervicis. Okay, there are two type of splenius muscle. Splenius capitis फॉर निशाना साध के मारना है, फेस पे पंच करना है, तो कैसे मार सकते हैं? इफ फॉर परफेक्ट एमिंग टू थिंग्स मैटर मोस्ट, दैट इज द सुपर्ब टाइमिंग and the bow and arrow. This is bow and arrow. This is bow and it is like number 3, and arrow, this one is arrow and this is number 7, like this, 7 and 3. So again, here is the C7 to T3 spinous process. 7 and 3 are like bow and arrow. 7 is like an arrow and the 3 is like a bow. So that was the origin and insertion. Here we can see inserting over the lateral 1/3 of the superior nuchal line. Okay, perfect timing, है ना? Superb timing. The superb means superior nuchal line, and timing is the mastoid process of temporal bone. T and M, timing. Splenius capitis. And about the splenius cervicis, it's a small cis, छोटी बहन है ये. So follow capitis. So origin is from the T3 to T6. Here the origin is from C7 to T3, so just below T3 to T6. Okay, and it is going to insert over the transverse process of C1 to C3, because what we are seeing here, the lateral 1/3 of the superior nuchal line, splenius capitis, is going to insert just below. There is transverse process of C1 to C3. Okay. Now nerve supply is by the dorsal rami of the spinal nerve. Action again unilateral, lead to lateral flexion, and bilateral extension, as it lies in the neck area, so extension of the neck. Clinical significance. Chronic neck pain is relieved by myofascial release just beneath the splenius capitis and splenius cervicis. Splenius capitis and cervicis, at its inner aspect, the fascia is attached to the dura mater. Okay, so and it becomes adherent to the dura mater, and releasing of that myofascial adhesion lead to relief of chronic neck pain. So myofascial release is the clinical significance of that area. Now coming to the 4th page of this book of muscles, back muscles, ish. Then IISS. First I is the interspinals. Inter, in between the two spinals, itself says I'm in between the two spinous process. Okay, so spinous process of vertebra below to the going to the spinous process of vertebra above. Here it is written vertebra below, and here it is vertebra above. It is written wrong here. Okay, and for whole length, nerve supplies the dorsal rami of spinal nerve, because we know that the first 3 are supplied by the ventral rami, and the last one, that is ishmar, that is supplied by the dorsal rami of spinal nerve. Okay, and axon is the extension of the vertebral column, and also these are the intrinsic back muscles, so it supports the vertebral column as well as the extension of the vertebral column. Here we can see in green color interspinals, in between the spinous process. These are the interspinous muscle. In the thoracic region they are underdeveloped, and in the lumbar region it is developed, as well as in the cervical. Okay, Now coming to intertransversals or intertransversalis itself says, I mean, in between the transverse process. So transverse process of vertebra below to the transverse process of vertebra above. In the previous, here also, in between the transverse process, here it has written here, transverse process of vertebra below to the transverse process, but they are at the tip of the transverse process. Here at the tip of the spinous process. But these muscles are along the whole length, in whole length of the spinous process, not only the tip, and whole length of the transverse process. We can see here, whole length. It is occupying, not only the tip of the transverse process. Okay. And it is supplied the ventral and the dorsal rami of a spinal nerve, because anteriorly it is supplied by ventral rami and the posteriorly it is supplied by the dorsal rami of the spinal nerve. And its contraction, unilateral, lead to lateral flexion, and bilateral contraction will lead to extension of the vertebral column, as well as it is the main supporter of the vertebral column. So, as is the suboccipitalis, just below the occipital area, these four muscles, it is named according to the, according to the arrangement of fiber, if the fiber is straight, so it is rectus, and if it is tilted, then it is oblique. So rectus capitis posterior, as it is on the posterior aspect, so rectus capitis posterior, major and minor. Minor is always protected by major, so this is rectus capitis minor, and this is in yellow color rectus capitis major, and in blue color minor. Both are straight muscles, and they are going from the spinous process to the inferior nuchal line. Okay, originate from the spinous process and going to the inferior nuchal line. And obliquus capitis superior and inferior, this is going obliquely, this one and this one. Okay, again going to the, here is going to the inferior nuchal line, and here is the spinous process of axis, and it arises from the, takes origin from the transverse process of lateral mass, transverse process of the lateral mass, and its nerve supply, as its name itself says, suboccipitalis. So nerve supply is suboccipital nerve, which is the nothing but the dorsal rami of C1. Action is extend head and rotate towards same side. Okay, as it is in the head area, the posterior aspect. So extend head and rotate towards same side. Clinical significance: occipital nerve blockade for cluster headache and the whiplash injury from the car accident and the distal vertebral artery operation involves suboccipital nerve, which result into the neck pain and headache. In these procedures, for relieving cluster headache, surgeons do occipital nerve blockade, as well as by the whiplash injury and the distal vertebral artery operation. These three processes affects occipital nerve, and that will result into the neck pain and headache. Another intrinsic back muscles are the isthmus. So another as is semispinalis, and then multifidus and rotators. But these three are transversospinalis muscle, that it originates from the transverse process and going to the spinous process. That's why it is named transversospinalis muscle. Okay, this is semispinalis, going from the transverse process going to the spinous process, all over, named accordingly. Semispinalis capitis if it in the head area, if in the neck area semispinalis cervicis, semispinalis thoracis, and semispinalis lumborum. Here lumborum is normally degenerate, in the degenerated form. Okay, this is the multifidus, again from the transverse process to the spinous process, and this again transverse process to the spinous, and this is rotators. Nerve supply of these three, semispinalis, multifidus and rotators, they are innervated by the dorsal rami of a spinal nerve, and action is extension and rotation of the vertebral column. These are the main muscles that stabilize the vertebral column, these three, transversospinal muscle, collectively known as. Clinical significance in lumbar area, inappropriate use due to day-to-day household activities, these are household activities, this will lead to, if there will be inappropriate use, this will lead to contributes low back pain, which commonly occur. Thank you.